Now let's move forward to the significant problems and challenges that are faced in the fast food industry. The first one is the labor shortage. What is the cause of the labor shortage? As we know, the demand of the fast food is getting higher as people want to eat something that is fast, easy, and also tasty. The increment of the demand requires more staff and labor needs to prepare the food from the factory to the fast food restaurant itself. So the long hours of working have made it difficult for the employees to maintain the food quality. Plus, the employees feel that they are not paid enough for their long hours of working. For instance, the McDonald's workers need to work 10 to 12 hours per day. So understaffing has affected the quality of the food product. This will lead to the poor quality service and fail to fulfill the customer's need, and definitely will give negative impact to the fast food industry.
The solution for labor shortage is smart factory technology, boost efficiency and productivity. Manufacturing Execution System, or MES, providing faster and easy ways to onboard new workers, gather and exchange data, and monitor processes and performance. MES may also manage skills and capacity to notify firms when workers are ready to operate a machine and allowing factories to function normally, regardless of the conditions. Data convergence provide total view of aggregated production data, allowing customers to maximize operating efficiency. It also can help to decrease human mistake and time spent looking for information. Integrate industrial IoT, or Internet of Things, capabilities into all equipments to gain useful information and boost equipment productivity. Automated process monitoring and performance analytics also enable producers to determine the number of people and shifts required to satisfy production demand. Digital tools and information will help to quickly and successfully hire new employees and create more efficient and productive use of the staff.
Figure 1. We have labor shortage as business challenge. For people, we will digitize paperwork and provide mobile learning programs and continue reskilling and upskilling. For organization, we will invest in automation and technology along with the skill development. For technology, we will implement a production system to boost efficiency and productivity. For information system, we will have virtual onboarding and platform provide training documents and also job instruction. Automatic, precise, and real-time data collecting. And lastly, process automation and performance of analytics. For business solution, we will have MES, stand for Manufacturing Execution System, and adjusting equipment for industrial use. And lastly, we will have multi-dimensional data platform.
Secondly, food safety. Although most fast food companies spend millions of dollars to ensure their food processes are good, it doesn't mean that the fast foods are necessarily 100% safe to eat. Massive production of the food could lead to contamination. This will increase the foodborne illness due to the poor food handling process. Improper storage of raw or unprocessed food product, for instance, the patty meat will easily stale when not placed in proper temperature. The human factor considerations such as mishandling in food preparation, whereby the employees may lack sufficient of training, which can result in contamination.
These are the solutions for food safety management and technology that can detect food spoilage with sensors. The first one is by controlling massive food production. Using standard procedures and menu will help minimize the food production. The next one is gas detection with chemiresistors known as a portable sensor system that can detect the gas emitted by spoiled food. The sensors used here are made from modified near-field communication tags that can be read by most of the new model smartphones with communication capability. Next is optical sensors that can detect volatile compounds. The check-back optical sensor can detect the quality of food inside a container and warn the users of food spoilage with the help of volatile biomarkers coated on its surface. The following one is by using MIP for selective detection, which can also detect food spoilage. Molecularly imprinted polymers are a class of synthetic polymers developed by Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Lab that can detect selective substance in certain food. Lastly, a biomarker used in food detecting is objectively measured and evaluated as an indicator of normal biological processes, pathogenic processes, and pharmacologic response to therapeutic intervention or any measurable diagnostic indicator for assessing the risk or presence of a disease. All of this technology may prevent food spoilage and can ensure the food safety at its best.
For figure 2, which is the business challenge, is food safety. For people, they need to monitor food quality and design the food equipment structure. Next, for organization, investment on new technology. For technology, implement effective sensor system to detect odor. The information system, where the tiny sensor could detect bad odor, the sensor relay the information to computer or smartphone and determine the volatile components. Lastly, business solution, which is a device to detect stale or spoiled food, and altered sensor, also the biomarkers used in detecting.
So the next problem is food waste. Food waste in the fast food industry is the significant problem that happen these days. After doing some research, we found that one of the causes of the problem is over-preparing that will lead to food waste. The intention is good in some of the company which they wanted to have anticipation of high customer volume and the ability to not running out of the menu. As we know, fast food is the most chosen food among people. Therefore, they assume that they need to prepare much food to meet customer needs. However, lack of appropriate planning on the serving part will end up wasting the food. Kitchens keep producing amounts thought to be enough. This industry are also expecting large portion of food, but are more likely to throw away fast food leftovers than save them. For example, there is an issue happen in Dunkin' Donuts which one of the staff needs to throw away all the donuts at the end of their shift. And it went viral as that is the reality in fast food industry. So we need a proper solution to overcome this negative side of fast food.
Solution for the food waste is implementing Internet of Food. Consider food as smart as our phones. Is it possible? The Internet of Things, IoT, integration and analytics all have surprising promise. The use of billions of IoT connected devices in supply chain transformation is expected to cut global food waste by up to 20% over the next 4 years. By the end of the next decade, that figure will have risen to 50%. The key to IoT is this: smart labels with a single usage and real-time data tracking. Companies can see everything from location to temperature, humidity, and even overabundance of food, using information conveyed via printed IoT circuits, batteries, and cellular connectivity, capable labels, and prevent waste between farm and fork. Next, using RFID technology in waste management, adding the capability to sense the time to pick up the trash. To request pickup, a prototype RFID collecting bin talks with a central server. No pickups are requested if it exceeds the acceptable tolerance. This in turn aids in the management of organizational, restaurant and retail chain behaviors in minimizing discharge via permissible tolerance. It's almost as though the trash can is saying no to waste. Using data-driven algorithms, cheese, bread, meat and other culinary products can be made more efficiently. Machine learning aids in the optimization of sales and production, planning systems as well as process and plant control systems.
Figure 3. We have food waste and high cost as business challenges here. So for people, we will control portion size and make limitation for the group order. So for organization, we improve the inventory management, avoid over-preparing food and also conducting the food waste audit. And last, for the technology, we will have implementation of the Internet of Food. So for information system, all waste will go through the smart garbage and the detector that use the RFID technology will detect the waste. And lastly, RFID based garbage collecting data for the system. So for the business solution, we have used the smart garbage for the disposal, smart farming is applied and using the RFID technology.